Our instrument is a harp-like instrument that was created with copper pipes, and we use ukulele strings that were able to be tuned by screws that we put into the copper pipes, and the vibrations caused by the strings are echoed by a bowl that we attach to the bottom of the harp.
Our prototyping process for this model included two major steps. As you can see by this first model, we had issues with the hinge that connected the harp together, which is why there's a foam piece where the two pieces connect. The wood used in the prototype also muffled the sound the strings made. When we changed the moved on to starting to create our final design, we used copper tubing and put more thought into the placement of the strings. However, even then it still did not turn out perfectly because we didn't take into account getting one string in tune but the rest out of tune. We adjusted this in the final product by placing a wood block to keep the alignment fixed when tuning the harp. Also, the sound waves needed a barrier of some sort to be bounced off of in order to amplify the sound enough. To fix that issue, we used metal bowl underneath. This all came together for our finished product meet the specifications we set.
The way we tested our instrument was through an app called Decibel. Each string was able to be clocked in at least 70 decibels. It had a range of at least 2 octaves due to the fact that it is made up of baritone ukulele strings and soprano ukulele strings, which are able to be tuned. In the first 2 play tests, we struggled with making the sound loud enough to be heard in a room where everybody was making noise. So we rectified that by adding a salad bowl as an amplifier. It was able to magnify the sound that was being produced by the strings enough to where it reached at least 70 decibels. We also changed the material from composite wood to copper pipes, which allow the sound to be carried out throughout the instrument and not be dampened.
Hey guys, this is Shay from Group 6, and I'm here to discuss the project criteria that we've satisfied for our musical instrument. As shown by David before with our V-shaped harp, we are able to clearly play it without a mask. It's all hand played. You play it on top of our salad bowl style, mixing bowl style to add to acoustics. That bowl specifically was added because we weren't getting 70 decibels when we first had our harp, or it was just barely hitting 70 decibels. So we decided to add that in there so it could be above, and now we're hitting a pretty good range. It can be tuned on each side of the harp. We have 8 strings, and each one can be tuned with a screwdriver, so we can make at least 24 distinguishable pitches, if not more, if we did more fine tuning and testing and analyzing. It's all made by every single thing that we did was at the Frith Lab. And so our materials that we bought were copper pipes, ukulele strings were the 2 biggest things that we bought, and then the actual mixing bowl. And so all of that can be made at the Frith Lab and a high school shop. It was less than $60. It was about $50 total, the mixing bowl being $20 of it. So that works perfectly. And then our instructions that will be written are very easy to follow. It's not a complicated process in making it. So overall, it was a fun project, and I think our harp really nailed it with all of the design specifications.
The building process is fairly simple. All the materials that you need are 8 sheet metal screws, 8 machine screws with nuts, 2 copper pipes, 2 small wooden dowels, 1 torsion spring, which we got ours from a hand clamp that was disassembled, a small block of wood to make the hand piece, which also allows the alignment of the 2 copper pipes to stay the same so that the tuning process is a little easier. A set of soprano ukulele strings and a set of baritone ukulele strings and a metal bowl. The building process for this would be to acquire first the 2 copper pipes and drill 8 equidistant holes on either one, just making sure that one of them has 8 on one side and the other has 8 on each side. Then you take the torsion spring out of however you find it, and drill 2 holes into the wooden dowels and super glue them together so that they can actually fit inside of the copper pipes. And what we did is we crushed the copper pipe ends on the side to actually hold the dowels together, as well as super gluing them. After crushing the wooden dowels into the copper pipe, what you would do next is drill the sheet metal screws through the copper pipe that has only one side of holes to about halfway through the length, well, half the length of the screw, and then drill the machine screws all the way through the other copper pipe, and then secure the nuts on them. Then you're going to want to go about stringing up the actual strings, and what we did is we did alternating strings, so soprano, 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 baritone, 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 baritone. Once you have all your strings in the angle that you decide to have your instrument at, you're going to want to go about designing the wooden block that is used to make sure that the angle stays constant no matter the tuning. What we did is we had a piece of 2x4 that we cut to about 3 inches in length, and we shaped it to the actual like angle between the copper pipes, because with the torsion spring it's about 3/4 of an inch across and slanted. So we just freehand traced on the piece of 2x4 where the actual copper pipes would sit, and we sanded off any excess wood and actually carved in these finger rests. And then for the salad bowl, all we did was place the harp on top of the salad bowl and trace out where the copper pipes would sit and where the handle would actually sit with Sharpie. And then with metal shears, we clipped to where we thought it would be comfortable sitting on all the places that we traced, and then we just took a wrench and twisted them out. And there you have the V-shaped harp.